78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Pause, and a disturbing number of them are following the exact budgeting rule that financial experts have been preaching for 2 decades. The 50-30-20 rule isn't helping you build wealth, it's mathematically designed to keep you stuck. Today I'm going to show you why this rule is broken, what the actual data says, and the updated framework that could add 6 figures to your net worth over the next 15 years. Let's start with the basics so we're on the same page. The 50-30-20 rule says 50% of your income goes to needs, rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, 30% goes to wants, dining out, entertainment, subscriptions, and 20% goes to savings and debt payoff. Sounds clean? Sounds simple. That's the problem. Pause. It was created by Elizabeth Warren in 2005, back when the median rent in America was $602. Today, it's over $2,000. The math doesn't math anymore. Here's where this falls apart completely. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the average American household now spends 65% of their income on needs alone. Not 50, 65. Housing costs have increased 70% faster than wages over the past 2 decades. Healthcare is up over 100%. So when some guru tells you to just spend 50% on needs, they're either out of touch or they're lying to you. You're not bad at budgeting. Pause. The rule is bad at reality, but wait, it gets worse. Let's talk about that 20% savings recommendation. Financial advisors will tell you that's the golden number. Here's what they won't tell you. Pause. If you're starting at 30 years old with zero savings, putting away 20% of the median income, you'll have about $800,000 by 65. Sounds decent until you realize that at a 4% withdrawal rate, that gives you $32,000 per year in retirement. $32,000. In an economy where inflation has averaged 3.5% over the past century, you're not building wealth, you're building a slightly cushioned poverty. Now here's a pattern interrupt for you. Stop thinking about budgeting as percentages entirely. Pause. The wealthy don't budget in percentages, they budget in priorities. There's a massive difference. A percentage-based budget asks, how do I divide what I have? A priority-based budget asks, how do I build what I need? One is defensive, one is offensive. Guess which one creates millionaires? Let's talk about the 30% wants category. Because this is where the 50-30-20 rule actually gaslights you. It lumps everything enjoyable into one guilt bucket called wants. That gym membership keeping you out of the hospital. Want that course teaching you a higher income skill. Want that networking dinner that landed you a $50,000 raise. Pause. Want. This category punishes investment in yourself and treats it the same as buying junk you don't need. It's financial self-sabotage disguised as discipline. So what actually works? Here's the framework I use and what the data supports. I call it the 70-20-10 inversion. 70% goes to living. And yes, that includes your actual needs and strategic wants that improve your earning potential or health. Stop pretending we live in 2005. 20% goes to wealth building. Not savings, wealth building. There's a difference. Savings sits in a bank account losing to inflation. Wealth building means index funds, retirement accounts, assets that compound. And 10%? Pause, that goes to acceleration. Paying off high-interest debt, building an emergency fund, investing in skills that raise your income ceiling. This isn't sexy, but it's real. Here's the math that should keep you up tonight. The difference between 20% savings and the strategic reallocation I just described. Over 30 years with average market returns, a pause $347,000. That's not a rounding error. That's a completely different retirement. That's the difference between hoping Social Security exists and not caring if it does. The 50-30-20 rule was training wheels, and you've been riding a bike with training wheels into traffic wondering why you keep getting hit. Pause. The economy changed, the cost of living changed, your strategy needs to change. Stop following rules invented before the iPhone existed. If this reframed how you think about money, you need to subscribe. I drop videos every week breaking down the financial strategies that actually work in today's economy, not recycled advice from textbooks. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one where I show you the exact automated system I use to execute this framework without thinking about it.